College of Rangsit University, students, and university network member. It has been a very good time to everyone join and gain a new information of the QA or quality assurance. Normally, it would be something new about the QA. A previous time, we taught only P, D, C, A, plan, do, check, and action as the method of doing the QA for the student. But for nowadays, the factors measuring educational success has been added up, and we have further more for everyone in the educational institute to learn and to know. We are going to talk from learning outcomes to quality and success. It is the way to promote and develop the student. For Rangsit University and the Network University, we are going to train the student at least 3 levels: bachelor, master, and PhD. For each level, there would be qualification, different or similar. It depends on the component that the higher education commission department fixed. For today, we are going to talk about the details of each learning outcomes by qualification that the higher education standard committee or commissioner has been already provide for the nearing future graduate. We are going to talk about at least 4 components. They are knowledge, skills, ethics, and characters, which I promise that I will inform everyone in a very easy dialogue and talks. First of all, we have to talk about the qualification and the outcomes of knowledge of every levels. Knowledge refers to what is accumulated through study, research, or experience arising from the course which is necessary and sufficient for implementation or extending knowledge in a career, living together in society, and sustainable development for living in the digital era. We have to talk now today about digital because the world has been changed very quickly from the past to the present and in the nearing future. Everything has been changed very fast. So digital is one of the important things for the student life, every levels. The knowledge structure for each qualification level is as follows. First, substantive knowledge or principle or the theory. It is one of the knowledge which process and will be conducive to the student life. it is very important for everybody to know about this substantive knowledge. That is the keystone list of the knowledge. It's something like a Bible for your knowledge to apply to the career in the future. The knowledge that gained must be needed to link, deploy, extract knowledge leads to development and collaboration. The knowledge should be applied in the career and can be one of the gear in working system as a team building. The second one is the creation knowledge, which refers to the process and the research and the development of new outputs that are inventions of processes, systems, concepts, which are knowledge generated, original, innovative, or developed, and applied and improved. It should be able to use it appropriately and accordance with the new context or the need for new needs in the society. Creation of new knowledge is one of the knowledge structure that is qualification level needed. Creation of new knowledge refers to research process that use various types of research methods that yield result or dividing from research into new concepts, theories, or knowledge. They can help to promote and develop science in its field or fostering reinvention and integration, and should be useful to the society. Each level will be qualified according to the knowledge as follows. The knowledge for the bachelor, the students are able to apply their knowledge to work in specific area of studies or area of interest. For each student will be able to apply their knowledge to work in the society as much as possible, but depends on the specific of interest. Students are able to apply their knowledge to analyze and solve problems in specific area of studies. The knowledge for the master, students should be able to integrate their knowledge in their views and related work to develop research. The students are able to continue their research by connecting new knowledge to create works that can be accepted. More knowledge for PhD. The PhD candidate or PhD student should be able to integrate their knowledge in their fields and related work to develop research, create new knowledge, lead to an accepted holistic problem solving. And the candidate should be able to apply their research result in other contexts. The knowledge for bachelor is for the basic in the daily life or the life of working. The knowledge for the master should be something that could be analyzed or proven, but the knowledge for the PhD should be crystallized and provide their own model or their own theory. It should be very useful as the innovation of the academic. The second one would be skills. Skill should be an outcome which can apply to a daily life. Now, we are going to say that skills refer to the ability that comes from learning, sure, is from the theory, and apply to practice. All the skill refer to ability that's come from practicing. The bachelor student have to learn in the university, and before graduation, they have to go out to take a cooperative education or practicum training in the workplace. Otherwise, skill refer to the ability that's come from managing, and the student should be agile and skillful for developing work. That means they can apply. Agile and skillful for professional or academic development in the nearing future. Personal development and social development, they must be able to apply for a digital lifestyle. Once again, digital lifestyle is so important. So we have to adjust ourselves to digital skill too. The structure of skill of each qualification level is as follows. The practical skill in the relevant professional or design or general skills include cognitive skills. That means the skill of learning and applying. It should be competence and performance skill. Competence means you know and you learn, you acquire, you study, and after that, you can apply what you learn to perform. It would be your performance, so we call cognitive and performance or competence and performance. Otherwise, general skill include personal skill, your personal attitude, your personal action, your personal way of conducting. The cooperation skill that lead you to a professional development and livelihoods, and work to create a social organization suitable for living in the digital era. The suitable for living in the digital era is the way to survive in an IT era. The structure would be something about curriculum, must reference skill, and the conception framework of the 21st century learning skill and top 10 skill of the World Economic Forum. For example, self-knowledge skill, critical thinking, reasoning, creativity, learn communication, cooperation, teamwork, leadership, entrepreneurship, problem solving, coexistence, and multi-skill. The multi-skill is one of the important things among them, because when we go out of the school, we have to adjust ourselves to be one of the society member. For the outcome of the skill for the bachelor, students must have the self-learning skill and improvement in career development for survival in the future. Students have information technology skills in searching for information and presentation. Skill for the master, able to creativity, propose a conceptual framework for related research, and able to use research tools appropriately. Otherwise, the master have information technology skill in information search or research and presentation. Almost as same as skill for PhD candidate. They must be able to creatively propose a conceptual framework for related research. They must be able to use research tools, and they should be integrated to develop new knowledge, and they have to know information technology skill in searching and analyzing data and presentation. The third one, it is also important for the norm of the society and make your life happy. That is ethics. Ethics refer to the behavior or action at the personal level that reflects the personal morality. Morality and ethics for the public, otherwise in the private benefit, both in front of and behind others. We should be conduct very positively, both in front and behind the other people, both in the university and out of the university. The structure of the ethics for each qualification level is as follows. 1. Actions that comply with the rules and the benefits of the society. The society should gain their benefits vary from our production. The second one, the structure of ethics refers to avoiding actions that violate the rules of society and not breaking the laws. Two of them are the ways that we can point ahead and make our life happily. We have got the example of the ethical. The ethical examples include ethical acts such as honesty, generosity, kindness, public mindedness, environmental protection, and etc. Unethical act would be something like plagiarism, academic corruption, violation of intellectual property, intellectual infringement of liberty, theft, fraudulent examination, non-fulfillment of contracts, and exaggerating the property of the goods, and acts that benefit the occupiers, for etc. The ethics for all level of the graduate, bachelor, master, and PhD are all exactly the same provided by the Higher Education Standard Committee or Commissioner. Ethics for all levels are followed. First, every student acts according to the rules and regulation of the society with honesty. Second one, students conduct themselves in accordance with academic or professional ethics, adhere to morality and ethics. The second one means one has to conduct according to each profession or each occupation or career. For example, tourist guide has got their ethics of conduct in their career. Lawyer, teacher, engineering, they all have their own regulation in the working ethics. The last one is the character. The character means personalities, the way of one people conduct, operate, habits, values that reflect specific characteristic. The value that reflect specific characteristic of professional, each professor, each professional, and institution by developing learning and experience training from the curriculum to be suitable for higher education qualification standards. Or we can say that when one student chooses to study in interesting area, for example, journalism, that student should have the characteristic of the journalist according to their character of each university, which might be a little bit different. But that student should have the ethics or the character of the journalist. The structure of character, we have got at least two. One is general characteristic, is the way to conduct or to act of each people differently according to the education, place of birth, race, nationality, or even economic background. The second one should be characteristics of people according to professional and related area of study or related way of life. The example of personality trait that the higher educational standard committee needed people or graduate to be are trustworthy, very charismatic, leadership, learning habit, assertiveness, decision making, love to work as team or love to work in team, observant, critical thinking, reasonable, values that adhere to the right ideology. One thing, everyone has to protect the environment in a good condition. Otherwise, they have to stay in their society equally. That means having the sufficiency society equality, they should have the social responsibility. Otherwise, accepting differences in society, accept the difference of the social member. We have got more example of the personal trait. For example, The graduates must be responsible, patient in professional work, thoughtful and thorough. Be example should be a good personality, good communication, systematic thinking, self-confidence, artistic character, imagination, creativity, being a manager, have different idea, entrepreneurship. Otherwise, for the digital era, everyone has got and must be a literacy in digital, or we call digital literacy and media literacy, such as knowing technology, information literacy, knowing what to see, knowing what to do, knowing what to act, and communication literacy. Otherwise, one of the most important things is social literacy. For the outcome of the character, characteristics for bachelor. 1. They must be assertiveness, decision making, and entrepreneurial spirit or mindset. Otherwise, they should be creatives. 3. Students are committed, determined, and responsible for themselves and society. Last, students must have the leadership skills. The characteristics for the master and PhD are almost the same. They are committed, determined, and responsible for themselves and society, have leadership skill, assertiveness, and courage to make decisions. Otherwise, they must be creative. What we have mentioned before are all about outcome for the student. If all level of the student are ready to be what have been mentioned, they are ready to study. Otherwise, while studying, it would be a very high retention rate. To make the student and graduation satisfaction with all the course study. My dear colleague, student, and Network University, what we have informed or about the way to make the qualification assured by the people all around the world. Thank you very much for a very good attention and patient attention. We hope one day the things spoken will be true and we will be success in the future. Thank you very much.